Right now, somewhere in the world, a student stares at a vocabulary list for the fourth time today, whispering the same word. She is absolutely certain she has nailed it. But tomorrow morning, that word will be gone, evaporated, like it was never there. And here is the strange part. The student did nothing wrong. Her brain erased that word on purpose. Why would your own brain sabotage you? Most people have a simple answer. I just have a bad memory. People split the world into two camps. Great recall, and the rest of us. Some brains are just stickier than others, right? Maybe memory is like height. You either got it or you did not. That explanation feels comfortable. It is also almost entirely wrong. Back in 1885, a German psychologist named Hermann Ebbinghaus decided to measure forgetting with cold, hard numbers. He did not trust anyone else as a guinea pig, so he experimented on himself, inventing hundreds of meaningless nonsense syllables. Dax Bup, CG, pure raw information. He drilled them into his head, counting exactly how many repetitions it took to recite them perfectly. Then he waited. A day, 2 days, a week, a month. What he found would haunt students for a century and a half. Imagine you spend an evening memorizing a list. It takes 12 repetitions. You feel great, but return just 20 minutes later, and you have already forgotten over 40%. After 1 hour, more than half is simply gone. After 1 day, only a third remains. Picture a sandcastle on a beach. You sculpt every turret and wall for 1 hour. Then the tide begins licking at the foundation. That is your memory overnight. Ebbinghaus plotted all of this on a graph. The shape was brutal. A steep cliff plunging down in the first hour, then a long, slow slide into oblivion. Scientists call it the Ebbinghaus forgetting curve. It remains one of the most replicated findings in psychology. Your brain is not broken. It is running efficient garbage collection. If information does not prove its usefulness quickly, the brain tosses it out like yesterday's junk mail. But Ebbinghaus did not stop at the bad news. He dug deeper. Not all information falls off the cliff at the same speed. Meaningful material. A story, a poem, a fact tied to something you care about, clings far longer. A list of nonsense syllables might lose half its grip in 1 hour. A verse of poetry might hold for weeks. A piece of gossip, that thing is welded to your neurons. Your brain is not a blank hard drive. It is more like a Velcro wall, and some information arrives covered in hooks, while other information is smooth as glass. He also found that your state of mind matters enormously. Stress and exhaustion are like spraying lubricant on that Velcro wall. Everything slides right off immediately. And here is the real kicker. The thing that actually defeats the curve, spaced repetition. When you revisit a memory just as it is about to fade, something remarkable happens. Each time you pull a memory back from the edge, the forgetting curve flattens. The first review buys you a day. The second buys a week. The third, a full month. It is like driving a fence post deeper with every strike. Each hit does not just restore the post, it makes the post harder to pull out next time. Think of it this way. Your brain is a skeptical landlord. Show up once, and it gives you a temporary guest pass. Show up twice, it raises an eyebrow suspiciously. Show up 5 times at perfectly timed intervals, and the landlord finally hands you the keys, saying, "Fine, you clearly live here now, memory secured." So remember that student from the beginning, the one whispering vocabulary words into the void. She was not failing, she was just swinging the hammer all in one burst. The fix is not to hit harder. It is to come back tomorrow, and the day after that, and once more the following week. That is all it takes. The word does not stick because you shouted it louder. It sticks because you whispered it again at exactly the right moment, just as your brain was about to discard it. Forgetting is not a flaw. It is a filter. And the secret to remembering is not a superpower. It is simply showing up, again and again, right on time.